Hello and welcome to another session on Microsoft Dynamics Lisa Business Pro. And today we are going to speak about a new feature which we have added to the Dynamics Lisa suite. And if I go to my enterprise subscription automation here down below, I can show you this new feature from the cockpit initially, and then also how we go about and set it up. So if I go and create a new subscription plan, you will notice that at the bottom there is a new enum type field which states rolling end date calculation type. By default this is set to Lisa standard. If in your global parameters of Lisa this is set to Lisa standard as well. If not, this will inherit the global parameter per company basis from the setup itself. If you also would want to change this specific field directly on individual plans, this can be changed upon creation of the new plan like so. In brief, and later on during this lesson, we would see how the functionality adds up. In brief, the difference between these three types of rolling end date calculation is that with the Lisa Advanced, alright, the process of the end date calculation is anchored, and by anchored I mean that the dates would be basically the same for all months. Right, so if we have a monthly plan which is being invoiced monthly, the end date will always be practically the same where possible, because of course, as we know, for February dates there might be some differences, but we will see this as we go along. While with regards to standard subscription billing intervals, the process basically uses the same date calculation as the standard Dynamics module called subscription billing, which is this one on our right hand side here, subscription billing. And this date calculation is slightly different in the sense that the initial date that subscription starts with the initial months will always be the same, right? And irrespective of that, then the end date will follow accordingly to the invoicing frequency. But on that matter, you can of course go ahead and check the subscription billing standard setup and the date intervals, and apply the same logic to the third enum on the Lisa field. So during today's lesson we will go basically through the first two items, which were Lisa Standard and Lisa Advanced. Of course, Lisa Standard will keep your logic as it is right now. Right, so we'll see examples of the two, so you will notice the difference. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create my new plan right here. I'm going to select, in my case, SaaS licenses, right, and we're going to keep a simple plan, initially starting with the Lisa Standard rolling end date calculation, and I'm going to select monthly on purpose so we'll see the different months and how these are applied. Right. The same logic of dates applies to both sales and also purchases side, so they would work the same. Of course, I'm going to select my service item. It's going to be NSS. That's right, quantity 1. And to really notice the difference here, what we would need to do is basically start a process from, for example, a 28th or 29th of the month. I'm going to select 29th of the month. It is a monthly invoicing cycle, so of course the end date will be 28th of January 2023, and so on and so forth, and we'll see how it falls over from February, March, April, and so on and so forth. Price of 100, price is irrelevant at this point, and I'm going to keep purchase orders off so it's less confusing for this demonstration. So I have my item, I have my subscription plan, I can publish this plan, and I'm going to use our futures feature, which would allow us to see exactly what will happen with the monthly invoicing actions as we proceed. So if I select, for example, I'm starting from 12/12/2022, that's fine, and I'm going to proceed all the way till, for example, June of 2024. So we'll see quite a number of monthly actions down below, and the most important part is to notice, of course, the dates which are being applied to these actions. So I'm going to start here, let's see, yeah, these would be the first ones here. This is the 29th of December, as you will notice. So dates are starting from 29th of December till 28th of January. Then 29th of January till the 27th of February. As you can see, February 2023 will have, yes, 28 days, but because of course we are doing this calculation with a -1 logic for the end date, it actually calculates -1 till the 27th, and then we proceed with a start date of 28th of February till 27th of March, and it will keep on rolling forward and keeping the end date now on the 27th instead of the 28th what we started with, right? And then when we arrive, for example, in 2024, the process is the same, basically 27th of February and 28th of February. For some companies this is not desirable because here both start date and end dates moved with some days, right? So that might not be desirable for all companies. Now what I'm going to show you is, as a next step, is that we create an exact replica of this subscription plan, but of course with the Lisa advanced rolling end date calculation. If I select new here for my new plan, SaaS licenses, so it's exactly the same plan format but with the different rolling end date. So Lisa advanced, this case, we keep it monthly. We can switch off create purchase orders and we proceed by pressing OK. I'll select the same item as before and select also the same dates. Quantity 1, we put a start of the 29th of December, just the same, the price of 100. Okay. If I publish and run the futures functionality, we'll be able to see exactly the differences between these two plans now. Before I do that, select our dates, 29th of December till 2024 June is fine, and we'll press search. So as you will note in this scenario, the dates are now slightly different. So from the 29th of December, yes, it will stay the same till the 28th of January, then 29th of January till the 25th of February, and of course February is doing this, and this starts back on the 26th. So why is it taking the 25th? As you will note, 28th of January is basically 3 days, so 31, 30, 29, and then the 28th, that is the 4th day, 3 days, and then additional -1 to get to 28 for the end of the cycle. Now in the case of February, because February has 28 days, it does 28, 27, 26, and then additional -1, 25th for the end date. Right, so it follows the same ending pattern. It starts back on February 26th till March 28th, so the end date is anchored at the 28th, right? And of course the anchorage of the 28th is being done because there is that -3 and -1 for the end date, and hence we start again the 29th till April 27th this time, because April has 30 days, and so on and so forth. So that will be the Lisa advanced calculation, in the sense that the dates would start 29th or 28th always in our case, right? Except of course for the February month, where there are much less days. What I would like to show you next is, if I close this page, so what I'd like to show you next is the global setup of this functionality, which can be found under Enterprise Subscription Automation module and under Enterprise Subscription Automation parameters. Here we can decide under the subscription dates the rolling end dates calculation type. These are standard, these advanced, or standard subscription billing intervals, whichever would suit you best. And this is a global setting by company, right? So I hope you liked this lesson and it was informative, and please stay tuned for more new features and new lessons. Thank you.